A new day dawns, with the rising sun shimmering over the horizon. A vast, seemingly endless desert stretches out before you. But your path is clear. The Vizier introduced you to the ghost of the once great Tarai Asa, hero of Alona. He will act as a guide on this journey to Ascension, for he once attempted to do the same, nearly 2 centuries ago. Follow the Prophet's path to Augury Rock. There, great ritual priest Zamut will provide further instructions. To prove your worth, 3 trials lay strewn at each corner of the desert. At the barren camps of Alona Reach, retake the fragments of and reforge the Vision Crystal, an artifact which channels the divine power of the gods. In the canals of Thirsty River lie adversaries of ever-increasing difficulty. Prevailing will cleanse you of your mortal sins. And last, reclaim the throne of Palantia within the hallowed temple. In doing so, you will have gained the attention of the gods, and access to the Hall of Ascension. First to the camps, as Asa is already in possession of one of the 3 fragments.
And so begins the test of the Alonians. This was where my people failed to ascend. When assembled, the Vision Crystal can focus the gaze of the gods and deliver to you the ascension that you seek. You've brought me the first shard, but you must still retrieve the others. Ultimately, it was greed that was our undoing. The shards of the Vision Crystal were kept in separate camps, for we did not trust each other, not even our own kin. To pass this test, you must retrieve the remaining 2 shards. There is 1 in each base. Return here with the shards, and I will cast the ritual to fuse them back together. But you must hurry. Once the ritual begins, it cannot be stopped. If I do not have all 3 pieces, then all of this will be for naught.
Though guarded by the Forgotten Race and their constructs, liberating the others proved easier than anticipated.
The Vision Crystal is complete. Your day of judgment at Augury Rock is near. The gaze of the gods shall be focused upon you, and your path will be made clear.
The river to the south beckons you to its once fertile domain, its inhabitants poised to impede your progress.
Before you can ascend and enter the rift, you must first be cleansed. Lead me safely to the rune circle at the end of this test, and I will cast the ritual to burn away your earthly imperfections. If you defeat all of the foes along your path, we will claim the rune circle, and you will be cleansed. Under the scrutiny of the gods, your souls will be pure, your bodies cleansed. You are ready for the next phase.
Finally, in the dunes to the west lies the Temple of Ascension, built by Tarai and his people, seeking the gods' attention.
Up ahead, inside the Temple of Ascension, is the throne of Parental. The gods gaze down from the Hall of Heroes, granting their favor to those who control the throne. But there is another spirit who sits upon that hallowed throne. The temple is well guarded. Get me inside, so that we may supplant the usurper. He must be destroyed before I can retake the throne. Keep me safe while I cast the ritual to open the door. We have drawn the attention of the gods. Let us hope they are pleased.
At last the preparations are complete. You've passed the trials and been deemed worthy by the gods. They gaze upon you with staunch approval. You're ready to ascend. Step into the light cast by the crystal and be blessed by divine fire. Spread this enchantment upon the ancient runes and unlock the secrets of the Mesa. Within lies a doppelganger. Defeating your inner demons is the last step of Ascension. Traversing to the end of the hall transports you to the threshold of the dragon's lair, wherein a portal can take you to her domain. Such is the true purpose of your ascension, to meet with the great prophet Glint, one of the oldest beings of Tyria, soothsayer of prophecies. She would reveal to you your destiny and how to fulfill it. But first you must pass her tests. Ascension alone was only enough to be granted access to these trials. Her lair is in another time and space, hidden within a single grain of sand, a grain like any other in this endless desert. Aside from the first room, the challenges seem more cumbersome than anything else. Each sub-layer applies a handicap unique to the facet guarding the portal. The facet of light continuously leeches the party's health while within its domain. Easily the most difficult of the challenges. Getting this out of the way first inspires confidence. The facet of nature wisely set up archers along hills and paired them with a cave-wide aura that slows movement, but neglected to empower her underlings. The facet of chaos opted to do the opposite. No environmental effects, but many hordes of dangerous foes. Patience and careful planning yield victory here. The facet of darkness continuously saps energy from the group, making it harder to sling spells with reckless abandon. Simply taking longer rests between fights seems to negate this threat entirely. The facet of elements took to the primal forces, casting storms of them in specific areas throughout the cavern, and placing her guardians just on the other side of them. And finally, the facet of strength. Perhaps the most annoying of them all, constantly knocking down the entire party for a significant duration. But the intervals are consistent, and timing them before engaging the enemy seems to work flawlessly. Is it any surprise that patience would defeat a warrior? And with that complete, you've gained an audience with Glint.
It was almost 800 years ago when I foresaw the Flame Seeker prophecies. You have ascended and awakened the gift of true sight that lay dormant within you. The moment has finally come. You are the chosen I have been waiting for. While you've been in the desert, the rest of the world has changed. Let me show you. As you know, those who you once called friends have become enemies. Their souls are darkened by a deep secret. The unseen gods they speak of are nothing more than a terrible and fearful race of spellcasters known as the Mursat. As I have foreseen, the Mursat will meet their demise at the hands of the Chosen. Their stranglehold on the lands of Kryta and beyond will be broken. For years, the Mersat and their human disciples have hunted down the Chosen, murdering them to prevent the prophecies from coming to pass. But you have slipped through their fingers, and your friends now pay the price. The one called Marcus betrays them as he betrayed you, and if you do not hurry to their aid, none will survive. Many have already been taken captive. Their souls will be reaped upon one of the 5 bloodstones, just as the Chosen you witnessed being slaughtered in the Maguma jungle. If this happens, no magic in this world or any other will bring them back. Of the future, this you must know. Your story does not end in the mountains. Your true destiny will lead you to the west, to the Ring of Fire. Seek the flame, for within it lies the power to destroy both good and evil. This portal will take you to the Shiver Peak Mountains. I know you have questions, but there are some things you must know, and others that you must discover upon your journey. Go now. Save your friends. They will not last through the night.
Revealed not only as false gods, but even mortal, the Mersat will soon learn to fear your wrath.